Okay. I guess the first thing I could say is this. In my personal learned opinion, defense on the feet is simply a good offense. How many people have heard that? Okay, so with that in mind, the things that I want to go over right off the bat, as far as when you're wrestling, especially, all you guys are coaching in high school, right? Please. So, what I tend to do, when I was making the jump from collegiate to Greco, that I was doing when I was in college, I would wrestle all summer, and I wrestle all fall and winter, collegiate. And right after the NCAA's, I jumped right in, have to go to national and Greco. Okay. So, my main thing was I had to make sure that they didn't grab my legs. Okay? So what I had to do was make sure that my position on the mat, when we were neutral, was better than theirs. And most people tend, when they get in their stance, they bend over like this. And it's too easy to get snatched down out of the other stuff. I don't like people playing with my neck because I know what I do when I play with people's neck. Okay? So, when I get in my stance, I like to be able, one, I want to be in head position, and I want to be able to touch my ankles. Okay? So I know when somebody gets on my ankles, I got a hard time. I remember a couple times when I was when I just got through getting back into the collegiate season again. A couple people shot on my legs, and I looked at the rep or whoever was repping the mat. I told them it was illegal. And then I had to realize that, they can do that now. So what I did to do, right here, I always want to be able to grab my, just be able to touch my ankle. Now when he shoots down, even if it's just my wrist, I want to put my wrist. I want to be able to put my shoulder, if he goes for a low angle here, I want to be able to catch him. If I can catch his shoulder, not his shoulder, but right here on his trap, what I'm going to try to do is try to catch with my shoulder, with my elbow, shoulder, or wrist. Anytime I can catch one of those, I stop the motion and give me a chance to react. Okay? One thing I do not like to do is have kids, when people shoot, I don't like them to jump up and throw their feet all the way back. Okay? Anytime somebody shoots on me, I don't want to do that. I never show it. I don't like them doing it. Okay? One is too easy to hit your head. Your tooth or something hit by his head. Two, you're not trying to turn his offense into your offense. Anytime you can stop his offense and put him back on the defense, you can start turning your offense on. Okay? So first thing I do is once my shoot, now as soon as I stop this motion, I can turn his offense into my offense now. Because now I stop this motion, I'm putting him back on defense now. First thing the hands go down, because I'm carrying on my weight, right? Remember I try to get with the shoulder? I do it. Yeah, every shot right like that. As soon as they take a shot, boom. Now I just turn my weight. And now, I can start doing everything I want. If he has a really good shot, and he beats my shoulder and everything, I still have my wrist. All I want to do is stop, okay? He gets in, he get like that. And he gets down to my legs. First thing I do, with my hips, I start trying to beat him up with my hips. Okay? What I like to do, here, I keep waiting to him, I'm always trying to back him up. Okay. Once he starts backing up, now he's trying to recover, back up, so he can do something. If I do this, that means I'm trying to run it, and he's going to keep coming forward. He comes forward faster than I can go backwards. Okay? So, anytime somebody gets in on me, shit like that, I'm always going to push that. Start trying to see what I can do going forward. But I'm always popping my hip into the back of his head or his shoulder or whatever. He gets in there, right here. I'm trying to pop my head here. See the pressure I'm getting? I'm not like this. Anytime the hip comes up, I'm taking the pressure off. Then he can start coming up and work his offense. Okay? He gets in there like that. First thing I'm going to do, keep my hips in. Now he has a harder time circling around coming up to his feet. Gets different pressure. Now when my butt comes back, all the pressure comes off, he's going to come right back up. Now, I have to work on bouncing around everything. So first thing, somebody shoots, you catch him here. Don't let him get to the legs. If he does a good shot and gets to his legs, I'm always going to pop. I'm always going to use my hips. Okay? It's just like when you have kids, but I want you to go straight down here. When I have them sprawl, I don't go like here, I go here. So I'm going to hip go straight down the mat. His head should be under the hips. Right there. Okay. Now, after I get this position, one thing I like to, I always like to control that far wrist. Every time I ever get in this position, when I'm looking back, I like to come back, take this away. But if I can take this away, he has to go down to his elbow, who's the elevation. He's just fighting to get his base now, opposed to trying to do something offensive. Okay? As you see, I'm always trying to turn things into an offensive situation for me. Okay? And once I do that, I pretty much just shut him down. Now, a lot of things that I do from this position on the feet and everything is trying to turn things into a bad situation for me into an offensive situation. Okay? Like, even from the top, a lot of times somebody has a 2-on-1. Okay? And they're trying to work a 2-on-1, and the first thing so many people do is they try to fight back out of it and get out of there. For me, as soon as somebody has a 2-on-1, I want to see what I can do to turn this into an offensive situation for me. Okay? So what I tell them, I said, don't back up and start retreating. Hold your ground and start seeing what you have here. Okay? And if you notice, if I just come underneath here, pull his hands off, what do I have? I have my underhook now. Now I can start working my offense. Okay? I just come right to the wrist here. Doesn't really matter which way you grab it, where you feel comfortable. I myself personally, there's two things I like to do. One, if I'm just going to pull his hands off, I'm just going to come underneath and grab the wrist and pull it like I did. Pull it right at the seat, straight off. Can't hold it. Okay? I'm not going to try to pull it out here. Just go straight out with it. Can't hold it. Okay? Then I get my underfoot. Okay? Now, sometimes all I do is I just come. When I want to take control of his wrist and make him think about something other than what I'm going to do with my other arm, I like to put his wrist or his joint in a bind. Okay? And all I do is I take my thumb, I put it on his pinky, and just grab his wrist here. Now all I do is I just rotate off. Okay? That's all I do. Now, you know, you're not going to just take him all the way to the ground like that, but what it does here makes him think about what am I doing with this. So he's not worried about what I'm going to do with this to get my underhook or whatever. Okay? And I do that a lot when I'm wrist fighting, when I'm hand fighting, or whatever. But there's a lot of different things people do. Like when they come to the elbow. A lot of people come to the elbow when somebody has a 2-on-1 on them. When you come to the elbow, what I do is just put my wrist right on my chest here. Okay? Now when I come to the elbow, I put an elbow right right to my chest. What it does, it locks his hand in, so he can't do anything. Okay? Now, I can just change the lock here, snap it down, and I can take my 2-on-1. See? When you're in here, just bring it down right here to his chest. He's trying to fight, he's trying to do something, just break it down. You see how I'm breaking his wrist down? Right here? Now he's locked in. Now I just reach down, grab his own wrist, then snap it down. I can start working my 2-on-1. Okay. So, you come underneath, you can grab it, just take it straight off. Still, every single one of them will finish with the same thing. Because I prefer having the underhook. Everything I do in this position, my first reaction, I'm going to try to get here. Okay? When I take it up here, I'm going to get here. Okay? Now, when I come here, I could come out and go here, but I would be better off just changing the lock and taking my 2-on-1. Okay? And it's real simple. Make sure that you put your hand, just put your hand right in his chest. Pull, elbow, right in here. Now it's just a natural thing just to reach down, grab his wrist. Okay? Now it's just a matter of changing your body position. Okay? Just shake it down. Back in. At this point, like I showed yesterday, I always switch underneath. I come here, just switch right underneath. I should help. No. Okay. Now, yesterday when I showed you that 2-on-1, one thing I forgot to show you is this. Once you get this elbow, it's hard to get the good pressure with your hips back. Okay. A lot of people want to work 2-on-1s like this, just break somebody and grab the leg or something, but it's hard to keep that pressure on here. Okay. All you have to do is drop his hand and then square up with me, and I don't have anything. So I give him the chance to curl the wrist. Anytime, okay, whenever somebody tries to grab the 2-on-1 and you can curl it, then you protect your wrist and you can start doing something. Okay? If he has my arm like that, yeah, and put it in mine, now I have to start doing something because I don't like that. So, one good thing that is really important is that when you get this, okay, you want to make sure that keep your chest up, straight here, and hips in. And like I said yesterday, when you guys get these positions and everything, have the kids just, okay, can you shoot on me? Can you grab a leg? There's not a whole lot he can do. And when he tries to drop down for a single, that's when you just step and go ahead. When you drop down, just take him down. Okay. So, and that's important. A lot of people will ask, how do I get to it? As soon as you snatch the hand into you, all I do is I just try to catch his elbow right here, have it around my sternum somewhere, and then I'm pulling my elbow right down to my ribs. Here. Right, knocking right here. Okay. The thing I don't do is this. Drop my head back so he can clear his elbow. See, this is what he wants. He wants to be able to clear his elbow so he can wrestle. Whenever I take this, I lock it right here. Now, this hand comes above the elbow here, locks him right in. And you just keep the elbow right here on the sternum. Don't let the elbow slide off to the side here. Once the elbow slides off to the side, you lose position. Now you're struggling to get control back. Okay, you have to change up. So when you pull it off here, slide right to there. Right there. Underneath. Okay. Just hold it tight. Now he's going to do a couple of things. He's going to try to either run As long as he does, I'm sure he's gonna try to square up and come to the elbow, like it was here. Or he's gonna try something funky, and I don't even know what that is. Okay? But it's not gonna do a whole lot. Okay? So one, you want to make sure that once you take this position, you pull your elbow back so he can't come and grab your elbow on the other side here. Okay? Don't give that position. Now you just shut down one thing he can do. And when he runs back, you're just gonna snap him down. Okay? So now he doesn't have a whole lot of offense, but he doesn't have a whole lot of defense, period. Okay? Then all you do is just snap him down to the ground. Or, like I say, once you get this 2-on-1, there's a lot of things you can do. Okay? I hold it here. And as soon as I figure out what he's gonna try to do, you know, if he wants to stay right there, I like to do it quick. I try. Okay? Pop it real quick. Now when I do that, all I'm doing, I'm rotating. This hand is coming straight down. I'm popping it through here. Okay? I'm not just letting it go and coming here. Because if I just let it go, if he didn't go with an underhook, as soon as I take pressure up here, he's going to stop it. Okay? So what I do, here, now, when I go, boom, I'm clearing it all the way through. I'm not just letting it go. I'm going to keep control of it. Right here. Now, when I drop through, this hand goes all the way through. Okay, now when you drill it, you exaggerate it, pop it all the way through. In a match, you're going to pop it right to here, then you're going to finish your technique. But you want to make sure that you cleared enough to get in there. Okay? Got a slight bad knee. So now, one other thing, which I do, is an arm spin out of there. Just like the arm spin I showed you guys yesterday. The important thing about it, the rotation of this arm spin, like I said, he's not going to jump over and clean it. He usually just tries to go flat and just tough it out. Okay? Right here, he's right there. All you do is you just clear it the same way. The same way. Now when you spin through, like I always said, I would put the back of the head. Every time I do the spin, you put the back of the head in your chest, you're going to be safe. Okay? You put the back of the head right here. You're going to be safe. And he ends up right here. You do it, just keep running. I step back and pop the head out. Makes it really hard for him to follow. Okay? So you just pop it here. Just clear it. That's it. Keep it tight. Now, thing I forgot to show you yesterday is this arm that's lower, the lowest arm, just slides right to his wrist and secures it. When you highlight back, here. That right there helps you with your leverage on the arm. Now here, he doesn't have a whole lot of places to go. See, he can't run away from it. He can't come around and jump over my head. He pretty much just stuck. And you stay here until you reach come back to the top and do whatever they want to do. Okay? Now if the guy like, once you get in the spin and the guy is still on his feet and everything, he gets in, he's still there. Sit down, and people just jump down or whatever, I tend to tell them to just take their arm and point out there. Then just rotate that way. That turns and shoulder and his arm, put the center around where he has to go. But don't stop, just keep it tight and keep rotating. Once you get there, see, once you get here, yeah, you just really got it. And the thing is, you have to remember, if they stay down here and you keep rotating, all they have to do is jump all the way over, jump all the way over. Now, he created a scrambling situation. Because 9 out of 10 times in the collegiate, you guys hit a spin goes all the way through, you got a scrambling situation going. Okay? So, anytime you guys show a spin or anything for collegiate, you can show it all the way through, but show them this finish. Okay? Whether it's from here, whether it's from here, whether you guys set them up from here, all the spins are pretty much, you're going to finish them the same because that's how the guy's going to realistically react. Okay? Every time you get in there, here, rotate, rotate. Now you just pop your head out, just like right to the wrist. Yeah. It's amazing how he just can't go anywhere. Okay. Now, I don't know. A lot of you guys, when you guys are coaching everything, like I said earlier, some of you guys weren't here about shooting. I'm gonna go back to catching with my shoulders, elbow, wrist. That's all I want to do. I want to stop his motion. I want to turn his defense into my offense. I mean, his offense into my offense. Okay? All I can do that is put him on the defense. Okay? What we're going to do, every time he shoots, okay, first we want to do is make sure that we're in better position. Okay? And at the very least, I want to be eye to eye. I never want to be here trying to wrestle. Okay? Never want to be there. I want to be eye to eye at least, or beat his head up later. Next thing I want to do is be able to do is this, right? Ankles and knees. Because I know once somebody gets on my ankles, first thing gonna happen is I'm gonna look at them like they're stupid because they're not supposed to be down there. Okay? So instead of me looking at them stupid, well, I just keep them on. That's why I'm always gonna catch them with I'm gonna catch my head, shoulders, elbows, or wrists. My wrist, the last thing that I had. And that's when they hit you. I'm gonna try to beat them off with that, just so my hips will go to work. Okay? One thing I do not want is somebody sitting down there on my laces. I don't like that. So first thing I do, I want to check, make sure that nobody's gonna get underneath it. Okay, he shoots. Okay. And I take a quick step back, but I do not jump back. I'm gonna meet his force with force. Okay? And I'm gonna meet it with my chest, hips, here. Meet it right. Now, once I meet his force and everything is stopped, my hips are gonna start beating him up. Okay? That's the worst thing, to have somebody's hips start beating you up. Yeah. One time I remember I was wrestling one time and I took a shot and it felt like I hit a brick wall. That's no fun. Makes you wonder if you should do that again, you know? And that's what I try to do. Every time somebody gets in there, I want to make him feel like he never wants to be back underneath here. Yeah. And if you start popping people like this, put him on his butt like this, yeah, he's gonna wonder whether that a good decision to get underneath me, you know? So stop him first. If you can stop him with your shoulders here, good. If he gets all the way in on your legs, here, you want to get in here. Now here's where the fun begins. Okay? And what I tend to do Like I said, my hips are always going down, coming into them. I'm driving. Okay? Now, I'm either going to take his arms and try to string him out, or I'm going to cup his heel with his legs and just drive right into him, set him on his butt. Either way, I want to put him in a position that he doesn't want to be in. Okay? And the whole time I'm doing this, my hips are down. Anytime I'm beating up on him, then I do this. I give him a breath of air to get out from underneath there. Okay? As soon as I make contact, he's in there. The hips stay in. It stays in. He's going to be trying to fight to get his head out. All that stuff. I'm going to hip here. That's all I want to do. Want to stay square? I want to keep him right underneath. Okay? Now, some people have a lot of technique underneath there. Once you stop it, he's underneath this, he's trying to get out. And one thing I like to do, as soon as I come, he's fighting, he's trying to fight him back up down there. First thing I do, I snap him down. I go to the front quarter. Okay? Now, turn around here. When I show front quarter, I go like this. You guys can't grab the chin in the front quarter, right? You can? No. You can't, right? Okay. Well, I usually just grab his neck anyways. Okay? Look at his neck. Grab my forearm, and I go right across his face. Now, the thing with this is I'm not turning his neck or anything like this or anything. All I'm going to do is shove this arm right between my legs, right here. And what it does, here, see? See how it turns the body? And then just pop one over. Now, this right here is really effective because I used to do a quarter a lot in college. And before I started figuring this one out, I was having trouble turning people. So I was always trying to lift them here and throw them. So I was trying to, go in here and throw them over the top. Thing is, I wouldn't get their head down far enough. Okay? So, after you get that position, all I tell people to do is this. Go right about a third up your arm. Not in the middle of your forearm, but right a third up your forearm. And then just slide the hand straight down his face. Right here. Straight down between your legs. You hear it? Right there. Hand go straight down here. Now you see how he turns his body? He has nothing to do. He can't do anything what you do here. Nothing. He's up here. He's trying to fight it real hard. I shove my arm straight down. Did that need to stop? No? It's hard to stop because I have my whole body on his neck. Okay? About 3 or 4 times I had somebody just cocked on like a big old neck, and I did that and it just popped right over. But it's weird that the pressure, you got all your body and you're shoving everything straight down and under. The important thing about this is the shoulders. So my shoulders stay square on top. If I try to do this down here, it's not going to happen. Okay? All I have to do is bring his head up and everything, and I can change the mechanic of the whole move. Anytime you guys do this, you show here. Keep your shoulders square right on top of them. Shove the arm straight down. Okay, now you pop one over. Now this, I'll show you guys that. You guys can decide if you want to do it like this. What I do, I pop them straight over. Once I pop them over, my forearm goes right across his neck and his face. Okay? Now, the ref can't see it, but if you rotate towards his chin a little bit more, you're going to be more on his neck. You're cutting all the wind off. So you got to watch that. Okay? And it's real easy to do. Once you pop them over here, You go like that, you're putting a lot of pressure. Feel it? You put a lot of pressure on his neck and you can't even tell. But as you can see, I'm keeping everything square up and down over his head. Here. Drop it. Right on top over. I say right on top of him. I'm not stepping off to the side here. Or letting everything loose. I stay right on top of him and rotate the elbow towards the face. Stay off the neck. Okay? After you get there, get them settled in, then you put it on top. Okay. Can you show this man? Sure. Okay. Here you go. Now, forward. Here. Now he can try to come back on top. How that feel? I'm going right across his neck and his face. Okay. Once you settle them down, okay. Now, you guys can. Well, I guess you could theoretically grab his. You guys used to teach to grab the chin, right? So you guys don't teach it, right? What do you guys teach to grab his face or his neck?
Grab his chin as long as you don't twist it.
You don't twist it.
Right.
Yeah. So you can actually grab his chin just for a security blanket until you're ready to just drive straight down. What I tend to show people is once they're ready to drive it straight down, is to like drive your fist into the mat. Okay? You guys just come sit better here. When I come here, and I drive it, I just drive my knuckles right to the mat. There. Okay? Right there. Just come right up the chin, just drive the knuckles to the mat. Okay? Then just pop them over. Now sometimes you got those exceptional people that just not going to go. They just got too good a position, too strong a neck, too strong a shoulders, whatever. Okay? Those are the guys that I do throwbacks with. Now, I always did throwbacks. I only did throwbacks in freestyle and clean. I didn't do this much in grip. Okay? But highly successful. Why? Once the guy knows you have a good front quarter, and I'm trying to go all the way down, he's fighting my head. Now I've grabbed his neck. Should I grab his neck here? I'm not digging anything in, trying to grab his throat right down. I'm just grabbing the big muscle right here. It's just a hook. Okay? Now I'm fighting real hard trying to get him down. He's fighting real hard trying to come up. Now, even if I don't do this technique correctly, I just do a quick spin through, I'm going to get him. Because he has so much force coming up. The only thing is, when you do it just quick like that, you go to your back and roll through, it's a possibility he's going to land on your face or something. That doesn't feel good. Okay? Now when kids start doing this, you land one time on your face, they're not going to do it again. Okay? So what I tell them is this. If they don't like people landing on their face, anything like that, just put the pressure on. He's fighting. You look over here. You see his knee. Okay? He's fighting with this leg and this arm. Everything's coming back. You go, put your head right here and go into a full bridge. That's the easiest way to do it. You're here, fight. Step through, go to a full bridge and fight his knees. And he's going to go right past you. Okay? But they don't believe that. So they try to roll through about 3 or 4 times. Then I help them through. And once they hit that bridge, it's just the mechanics of the move. They go right past, real smooth, real quick, real easy. They say, woohoo, cool. Doesn't hurt. So you fight, step through. Come back right on top. Same position before. Just this time, instead of me up on his head, straight up like this, I'm off to the side. Okay? Now, when you come up, you're automatic. Let me turn this way. You guys can see how I come up finishing. Okay. He's biting. Now I step through, pop it, come back up. You see how my elbow is right across his face? And you come covering up. So you can't see nothing here, but in reality, all your weight is on his neck. Okay? So when you do that, make sure that you guys are aware that their position should be coming across his face, not on their neck, unless you want them on their neck. Then that's, on you. But that's the only danger that, because a lot of times kids don't understand how dangerous some of these techniques can be. Okay? Like this right here, if you stand on the neck too hard, too long, you can hurt somebody. See? And on my front headlock, the same thing. They have to be aware how dangerous it is, but how effective it is at the same time. Okay? So, you gotta do that. All we're gonna do, take that quick step, go to a full bridge here, right by his knee. Now that's why see how we had this hook on his neck? It's going all the way through. Right back on top here. Now you just settle right in. Okay? Now, he comes up. Come on up. Okay? You don't get the right pressure. He just comes up. You're in a single leg. Go ahead, get the single. Okay. First thing that I want everybody to realize is that we really, really don't want to be here. Truly, we don't. You can let it go. I would much rather be on 2 legs than 1. Okay? We have a lot of exceptional people that are good when somebody has a single arm. Okay? But your body goes through a whole lot. When you're like this, doing a whole lot of flips and a whole lot of crazy stuff, trying to tear this guy out. Okay? So, what I do is first thing I do, I get my wizard and I try to push his head away. Okay? Right here. Now, all I'm going to do here, I'm going to look at his hands. See his hands here? Okay? And I see that if I pull here, I can break his lock. If I pull here, I'm just fighting against my own leg, right? So, I'm going to do exactly what I do when somebody has a 201. Okay? I'm not going to go down and first you start pulling and pulling and pulling. So I'm just fighting on it. All I'm doing is watching. And we just keep pressure on, I just break this lock. And now you can step down, start wrestling again. But the important thing, as soon as they come up on this leg, get him out of position. First thing I did, pushed his head. See how, once you push his head, his body's out of position. Okay? So, next thing, I'm gonna put my head right here in his ear. Right here. Now, you see how he's out of position? As long as he's out of position, he's not really thinking about finishing that technique. He's trying to get back in position to finish it. As long as I can get him thinking other than finishing his move, then I'm good for a little bit. Okay? Gives me enough time to assess how my block is. Okay? So he comes up to the single leg. Here. Right there. Now look. Just pull it right out. Step down. Okay? Now, what I'm doing with this leg here is I'm always using it. As soon as I pop him out here, I have weight. I'm pushing his leg back. I'm always putting pressure with this leg, trying to straighten like this. I'm always putting pressure on this leg here. I'm always trying to make him uncomfortable. And what I used to do when I used to train is, I used to get in certain positions, and I used to find out what I really didn't want him to do to me. So when I'm in a single leg, like this, and the guy had a whiz on me and everything, I know I did not like it when he was pushing on this leg, trying to get this leg out, because it just was uncomfortable to me. So I figured, well, sheesh, if I don't like it underneath there, then I know I need to be doing it when I am here. Okay? And that's one thing that I really try to think about is, what do I not like to happen to me when I'm in certain situations? Like when I'm in the front headlock. I hate it when somebody turns my head. So I know that's what I gotta do. And I know that what I want to do when I'm underneath here is to clear my head and double. So I know I don't want his head to slip off my stomach right here. Okay? So in a situation, the guy's down, he gets a single leg. First thing we want to do is make him uncomfortable. Do things to him that he doesn't want to be done. One, push his head away. Okay? He's not going to do a whole lot with his head like this, is it? No. Okay? So I push his head away, and I'm making him stiff. Now, I'm looking at his body. Just going to pull it away from it. I'm not going to try to pull into me, push away. I'm just pulling and twisting here. Okay? And all I do, all I'm doing is this, twisting out. That's all I'm doing. Twisting away from the lock here. Just like that. Okay. Push it away. Push it right there. And make him carry weight. Make him carry weight. Reach down and pull. And twist. Now, step down. And you can start doing what you want to do. That's it. Start your offense. Okay? So, one, you guys let your hips come back, or you guys let the guy come up. You release the pressure, he comes up to a single leg. And still in, you're going to pop the head, put him in a bad position. Here. Okay? Always, you see how I'm pushing on his heel there? You guys see how I'm putting him on his heel there? That's what you want to make him carry your weight. Make him keep stepping to try to get his balance. I know that if he's on his heels, he's going to have to move it pretty soon. But it's hard. Why? He's carrying all my weight. I'm driving all my weight on this leg here. Okay? Makes it hard for him to do anything. Here. Now, all you can do is just twist. Pull out. And step down. Okay? Now, the guys get in here, and they said that they can't move the guy's head out of there. The guy's just too strong for him, they're too strong, can't do anything to him. Next thing you do, just put his head right down in your hip area. Okay? Shove it straight down. Now, just like the front quarter, the position of your shoulders is important. Okay? Kind of hard to push my head down with your shoulders way back here. What you're going to do, you're going to get it there, you got the whizzer, you're going to go right on top, shove it straight down. When you shove his head down, you're going to step down or step into him with the leg that he had. Okay? Here, when you do that, you're going to step. You step. Okay? You drive with that back leg, but you're trying to step down here. But what we want to do, we want to get his head down between his legs as close as possible. Okay? We get right here now, we can start beating him up a little bit. Okay? Once we get there, you're going to reach and grab his knee. Or you're going to drop down to his knee and try to start back and get in better position. But now he done messed up because he let me get the upper hand so I can start beating him down with my hips again. Or at least trying. Okay, so grab pop him, this time take him down. But remember, I did it once I was down there, I let go of the pressure, he comes up to his feet. First thing he do here. You can't pop him there, it comes down. He comes popping in. Always gotta make sure that your hips are in, because you're gonna have more success when you're countering a lot of things when your hips are beating his head down. See, a lot of things I do with the head and neck. I noticed that a lot of things. Once I break the neck down, then a lot of things are going to be easy to do. Okay? If he's uncomfortable in his head position, then his whole body is just going to be all screwed up. So anytime I have a chance to put his head down, push his head to the side, or twist his neck all around or whatever, then I'm going to do it. Because I know when I was younger, I hated when people did it to me. I look at it kind of like, I hate it. You know? So, when kids have this position, when you get this position here, make sure that they're either going to shove it down or push it off to the side. But whatever you do, you got to make sure that this neck is, you know, not in the strongest position possible, which is right there. Okay? You want to either break it down here, break it off to the side, do something. Okay? If he just has really good position, his head up, his hips down, can't do nothing. First thing I want to do here is I'm going to try to slide my shoulder. Only thing I can do is come here and try to slide my shoulder underneath his chin. Okay? Now, after I do that, I just come straight in. As long as I can get my shoulder, if I can get my shoulder underneath his chin, just step down. Yeah. Here, you fight me, I'm gonna just drop right here. Okay? And as long as I can keep my shoulder underneath his chin, yeah, then I can step down, not have a big problem. Okay? But sometimes it's hard to get that chin underneath. Fight. Yeah, keep it underneath it. Okay? Pop right here, and step straight down. What I like to do, when I'm stepping down, is come to the inside. That's just my personal preference. I always like to come here, pull them out. So when I step out, I'm in position to get my underhook or double underhook wherever I want to go. Opposed to, right here, stepping down here, now I got to fight out of the underhook. I really didn't want to go back to this position when I can come to this position. So it's just a matter of, when I'm here, just switch it to the inside here. And once you clear his chin, and your shoulder underneath his chin, it's real easy to change from here to here. It's real easy. Okay? You can go ahead and try to fight everything, but it's kind of hard to fight when your head and everything is up here. And you're trying to stop somebody's leg with your hands. Don't you agree? Kind of hard. So, yeah. You got the head clear. Just switch to the inside. Make sure. And you'll feel it with your shoulders. You'll feel it. Shoulders will come right up your chin. And once you feel the chin on your shoulders, you can kind of move around. Okay. Once you get that there, you can feel it around. You say, okay, he's there. And then, once you look at his head, you can move your shoulders up and see if the neck snaps back. So you know you got to do it. Okay? If he drops his single and tries to go for a lockup or something, that's why I had this underhook. Try to go for a wide. If I have an underhook, he's not going to go anywhere. Okay? If I'm here, I'm trying to fight him, he goes right there. Then I have to start something all over again. Okay? So, you fight to switch to the inside here. And now if he decides that he wants to try to go around the body to up, he just gave you a free lock. Okay? So, when you guys are showing this technique, make sure that the guys know that if they want to be lazy and just hand fight here, that they're opening themselves up for a nice throw here. So once they clear the chin, okay, once you clear the chin here, just rotate right to his side. Step down, and then start hitting your technique on the underhooks. Okay? Now, another thing. Some kids, they just hard-headed and they want to keep the leg on the inside. They want to hop around and all that good stuff. Right? Okay. Well, I used to do this a lot. It's a, the back heel trick, okay? A lot of people just go around and they just catch the far knee, basket it, take it straight back. A couple of times, actually, one time in particular, I was doing this. It was a really pretty move too. Just that the guy just slipped right out of it. Or I slipped out of my wizard, whatever it is, I ended up on my back. And I got stuck. And I figured, one thing was wrong is this. When I get this technique, I was way out here trying to throw him. Okay? The key to this move, you want to do it correctly and have success with it 90% of the time or more, is put your head right in his chest when you go for it, when you throw it back. So you come right here. What that does, tightens everything up, and it shuts down any type of space that he has to slide out. Okay? They can bounce around here all day, but when they go into their move, that head goes right here in his chest. It's just a quick dip motion. You get that 3 feet in a row, boom, the head goes right there in his chest. Okay? Then you just lock them up. Here. Drop it up. It's not a whole lot to do. If you don't like that, but if they insist on it, what I do is, well actually, if the guy tries to, let's see how you do it, they try to step back with this leg, okay? You go down, you step back, step the leg back, all you do is drop down, right to your double, okay? Now, in here, once you drop down, just drop it. That right there, I used to do that when I was in college a lot too, because after you do it like 5 or 6 times, they start to realize how to counter, right? And they know if I let them get in there, I start jumping around there. When I jump right here, they're gonna try to jump. They're gonna try to squirt with it. Drop your shoulders and strike. Drive your legs straight down. Okay? One, if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. Okay, goes right to the chest. I prefer that way. The only reason I shoot the double is because the guy steps his leg back. If I don't shoot the double, and I go on trying to do this move, you step back, you end up right here. Okay? That's why I'm always watching for my opponent, how my opponent's going to react. Okay? I go back here, drive it on through, and he steps back, here. Just drop it right down. And the thing about the double is make sure that that far leg is still driving. Okay? Oh, that's about my time. Anybody have any questions? I know you guys got a lot of questions. I know. Nothing? All right, my friend. Come on.
All right, get in your hand.